Hey everybody, this is Kip from America Bumper to Bumper, and today we're doing another live stream. We're going to talk about a bunch of stories that I found online that I think are kind of cool. We're going to talk the latest video. We're going to talk about. We're going to give a shout out to another YouTuber who's trying to grow his channel. Yeah, and we're going to talk to my guest for today, my son Thaniel. Thaniel, come on in here.
Hello there.
And there he is.
Or am I?
And if you can't tell, that is my son. That there is no denying he is my son. First off, let's we'll talk to you, Than. What are you doing these days? Why did I ask you to come on here?
Well, these days, mostly what I'm doing is on weekdays, normal school hours, I'm going to Stafford Tech Center, and I'm taking the auto body program there.
All right, that's in Rutland, Vermont. That's where we are. And the auto collision. Is that what they call it?
Auto collision.
Okay. Yeah. So tell what kind of stuff have you been doing?
Well, we've been doing stuff like rust repair, dent repairs, basic body work like collision damage, painting, stuff like that.
Okay. And you're starting to do some extra work, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you're.
But that's confidential.
That's confidential. You don't want anybody to know yet.
No.
Okay. Well,
There's a thin line, and you better not cross it.
He's more of a jokester than I am. Since we're done talking to him about his program, he's also a huge video game player, big into GTA. What other things are you playing these days?
Mostly just that.
But you also have
things like, like Warface, and that's the only other thing I can really think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, but you've done some Call of Duty and some other stuff too.
I do have experience with stuff like Call of Duty, Battlefield.
Okay.
For speeds.
So yeah, we might try to get like a Twitch thing going for him. We haven't really looked into what we need to get him online, but we're working on it. Want to give a huge shout out to everybody who has watched the Lotus Elise video. Cannot be more thankful. It is now up to 176 views in Sunday, so 5 days, and that is I am just over the moon with that. And please keep getting that video out. Send it to your friends and family, neighbors, whoever, car people, just random people, I don't care. Just get it out there so that you can keep that video growing in the view count. It's going on into the shout out. There's a guy that I found. He's up in Canada. He owns a used car dealership, and he also has been doing some fun videos to go along with it. His channel is Olde, OLDE, Car, CARR, Auto Guy. He is also a smaller guy like me. He does have more subscribers right now. He's sitting at around 400. But the really thing why I'm throwing it out there is he's trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by January 31st. And if he does, or he hits it before then, he's going to give out $1,000 to a random subscriber. Now, that $1,000 is Canadian, so with the exchange rate, I think he said it was something like $750. But yeah, if you're into car reviews and a little bit of shenanigans, and I think one really good video he did was seeing how far he could drive with the zero gas, gas on empty, and the miles to zero was 0, and he drove like 70 some odd miles in a Toyota Sienna minivan before it actually died on him. So he does stuff like that. It's a very cool guy, very nice. So go over and check out his channel if you like it. Subscribe, and you might have a chance to win 1,000 Canadian dollars or 750-ish US. So thank you, and to Jason, and he's been a good supporter of this channel as well. All right. Now we're going to talk a little of news. And if you have anything that you want to, throw in, just,
No, not okay. Particularly. If I did, I would have done it by now.
I know.
If I think about anything, I will.
Okay. Very interesting, at least for me, and if you're into channels like, Roadkill, when they were still on YouTube, David Freiberger posted on his Instagram something I found I thought was pretty interesting. And probably the reason why they stopped doing everything on YouTube is the Velocity channel. It was a Discovery channel. They are now going to be rebranded, I believe effective immediately, as the Motor Trend channel. So all the different shows, I'm sure you can still see them all. You're gonna, if you're paid for it, I'm sure this is a subscription. You're gonna be getting content earlier than what you will on the TV channel. But from what he had posted on Instagram, Velocity is now the Motor Trend channel. So congratulations, guys, and keep pumping out the good content. So what I think I'm gonna go with this. I found this little story on YouTube. Facebook. And I thought it was kind of interesting because there is a small town in North Carolina where cars are banned. You heard that correctly. You cannot drive on what they call trails. There's not even streets. You cannot drive on any of the public trails in Love Valley, North Carolina, with any motorized vehicle. All horses. This place was started back in the 1954 by a gentleman named Andy Barker, who had two dreams: to live in a Christian community and to be a cowboy. So he set off to the woods of North Carolina and started Love Valley. Love Valley was incorporated in 1963, and since the time that he founded it, all the way through incorporation, all the way through today, the main part of the town, no motorized vehicles are allowed there. Only horses, or you're going to walk. So I thought that was kind of cool.
So they're kind of Amish, but not their specifics.
Maybe you could probably say that there's some sort of there's definitely some religious stuff behind it, but
I mean, I know it says no cars, but what about technology? That's a
yeah, they've got everything else. They just don't
want cars.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so not quite as strict as Amish.
Right, but so it's a really cool story. I will try to remember to link that into the description so you guys can check it out, or do a search on Love Valley, North Carolina, and maybe you can find the same story. But it's pretty dang cool. Following up on something that we talked about last week with the California fires, the nurse that drove his Toyota Tundra through the wildfires to save people, and Toyota said that they're going to give him a new truck. That apparently has happened. He has now got his new Toyota Tundra. It's TDR Pro, and the pictures that I've seen on Instagram, it's a great looking truck, so congratulations to him, and way to go, Toyota, for actually sticking up to your, with your words, and rewarding this guy with his new truck. That's something you do?
Yeah.
Good boy. Man. um, this is from Car and Driver. Small wonders. Every compact car rated from worst to best. And we are starting out with number 17 is, according to Car and Driver, is the Nissan Sentra. Say has a reputation as a reliable ride at an affordable price, but driving fun is lacking. The SR Turbo has more pep, but it can't completely hide the car's basic shortcomings. Tall, boxy body rolls and turns while the steering is too light, and the brakes do not inspire confidence. Numerous options allow you to tailor the Sentra to your tastes, and the back seats are roomy, but the interior design is plain. Infotainment is good, but CarPlay and Android Auto are not available. So I'm going to say that as their being at number 17, their worst car. You want to talk about it?
No, I think you're doing good.
Okay. 16, the Mini Cooper convertible. I always kind of thought the Mini Coopers were kind of cool cars. Okay, let's see what they say. Sun worshippers and Mini Mavens continue to find this convertible irresistible, and can you blame them? Yeah, it is a pretty cool looking car. It attractions include a powerful top in 18 seconds, and unlimited headroom, and plenty of charisma. The 134 horsepower turbocharged 1.5 liter inline 3. Ooh, wow. I didn't realize it had something that small. I thought it was a 4. Drives the front wheels through a 6-speed manual. Manual or automatic. But it's leisurely in performance, has a tiny trunk, and annoying cowl shake. So, bummer for the Mini Cooper convertible.
Ah.
And then they say number 15 is the Mini Cooper hardtop. Pretty much similar, very similar reasons as the convertible. Number 14, Toyota Corolla. That's a surprise. Toyotas, especially the Corolla, has generally been towards the top of the small car echelon as being some of the best. Let's see what Car and Driver says about this and why they put it at 14. The feature-rich Corolla is an exceptional value, but the one feature it doesn't offer is thrills. Okay. 1.8 liter inline 4 makes 132 horsepower. 140. Ooh, 400. Can you imagine that? In the LE Eco model, and drives the front wheels through a 6-speed manual or a CVT. 6.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Bluetooth is standard, but you can upgrade to a 7-inch unit with nav. All Corollas get modern technologies such as adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, auto high beams, and automated emergency braking. My 1984 Lincoln Continental has the automatic high beams. Just saying. Number 12, the Toyota Corolla hatchback. Okay.
So the same thing, but not.
Yeah. Basically, it's for very similar reasons. Number 11, Ford Focus. European delivered chassis gives... Developed. Well, let's see, you could be reading. A European developed chassis gives even the base Focus a rare blend of agility and accuracy, making it enjoyable to drive even when most of its competitors are newer. 160 horsepower 2-liter inline 4 is standard, while an optional 123 horsepower turbo 1-liter inline 3 with automated stop-start is aimed at extra efficiency. Both engines are available with 6-speed automatic. Manuals are limited to sedans. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and blind spot monitoring are available. Okay. Number 11, the Volkswagen Beetle. Its shape is among the most distinctive on the road. Of course, it's a Beetle. It's offered in coupe and convertible, and it's fun to drive as it looks. 170 horsepower, turbo 4, has a standard 5-speed manual. 5-speed, wow. For peppy performance, and 6-speed automatic is optional. The Beetle Dune gets an automatic 6.2 inches higher and has off-road styling elements. Okay. 210 horsepower turbo 4 R line is the hot rod. Either 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic. Okay. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are optional. Now, I do find that very interesting, and from what I understand, 2019 is the last year for the Volkswagen Beetle, so it's still surprising that in the bottom level they still are only offering a 5-speed manual. Seems I can't think of any other car out there that offers manual that still is just a 5-speed. So, wow. The number 10 vehicle is the Hyundai Velociter. If you've ever seen one, I think they're a little too funky for my style. Especially the first generation Velociter. The new ones, especially the picture I'm looking at here, is not as bad. Previously, a wacky shaped also ran in the compact sport world. The Velociter now has newfound driving verve and a low price that makes it a hot hatch bargain. A stiff structure, direct steering, and a well-tuned suspension make it feel lively on twisty roads. It's available with a turbocharged 210 horsepower engine and terrific 6-speed manual transmission. In other words, it's pretty darn good. Our biggest qualms is a quirky 3-door hatchback, its limited rear visibility and lackluster engine sound. Yeah, that's pretty. Does look better, but it's still kind of funky. Number 9 is the Kia Forte and the Forte 5. More than just being a budget box, the Forte offers a lot of features at a pocket-pleasing price. Base sedan is 147 horsepower 2-liter inline 4 and 6-speed manual. A 164 horsepower 2-liter with optional 6-speed automatic rounds out the sedan's line. Hatchback Forte 5 has the 164 horsepower 2-liter and the 6-speed automatic, and a 201 horsepower 1.6-liter turbo with 7-speed auto or 6-speed manual. Comes with CarPlay, Android Auto, and some other technologies in the upper scale. So, and it doesn't look terribly bad. Out of the car so far, which one do you like?
Probably the Focus.
Number 8, Subaru Impreza. Standard all-wheel drive makes the Impreza a trusty all-season companion, but it does little to excite enthusiast drivers. That is true. You have to have the WRX for that. Both hatchback and sedan models get the 152 horsepower 2-liter flat 4 with either 5-speed manual. Gosh, I was wrong. There's another 5-speed. Or a CVT. Base models get a 6.5-inch touchscreen infotainment center with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, while the other 3 trims get a 8-inch screen. Subaru's EyeSight active safety technology is optional and includes adaptive cruise control and automated emergency braking. Number 6, the Hyundai Elantra. Improved with each generation. The newest model offers the best bang for the buck yet. Base engine is 147 horsepower inline 4 with either a 6-speed manual, 6-speed automatic. The fuel-sipping Eco pairs a turbo 1.4-liter inline 4 with a 7-speed automatic. They saw 43 miles per gallon in the car and driver testing. It comes with CarPlay and and Android Auto. Heated seats are available. Optional safety tech includes automated emergency braking and lane keep assist. Bag steering is our biggest complaint. An updated version of the Elantra is just gone on sale, and it's one that they have the rear picture of, and it does look pretty decent. The Elantra GT. That's the hatchback version of the Elantra. Um, it's a handsome hatchback, and its subtle details give it an attractive European style. 161 horsepower inline 2-liter, 6-speed manual or automatic transmission. Ride comfort is prioritized over pavement carving prowess, and its hatchback body gives its 25 cubic feet of cargo space, 11 more than the Elantra sedan. 8-inch infotainment screen with CarPlay and Android Auto is standard. Blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and navigation are optional. This is surprising that the Chevy Cruze is this high on the list, but apparently, Chevy has done some good work with the car, at least according to Car and Driver. Cruze sedan and hatchback both offer a big car ride on a compact package, or in a compact package. Cruze is great for road trips. Its seats are comfy, its interior is quiet, and the trunk is huge. But thrills are hard to come by. The turbo 4-cylinder is standard. The turbo diesel is available, delivering 52 miles per gallon. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Wi-Fi hotspot are offered across the range. A Cruze with updated styling and the new infotainment system cruises into the showrooms in the fall of 2018. Yes, I've seen some in the local Chevy dealer when I was getting some work done on our Buick, and they do look pretty darn good. Volkswagen Jetta at number 4. There is no reason that a small car need be a penalty box, and the Jetta is proof. Redesigned for 2019, the Jetta is comfortable, upscale, and athletic. Best of all, it won't break the bank. Every Jetta has a 147 horsepower turbocharged inline-4 and front-wheel drive. 6-speed manual is standard, and 8-speed automatic is available. Wow. Full LED lights and state-of-the-art infotainment systems are standard, and the top trim has leather seatings. A more powerful GLI model is expected for 2020. So Volkswagen is definitely cleaning, up their act after the diesel debacle. I think that this is how they're trying to get people to come back to the brand, is by giving them as much bang for the buck. Car looks pretty good. Number 3, the Mazda 3. Not many vehicles successfully combine style, dynamics, and value in a compact package, but the Mazda 3 does, and it does so beautifully. Hatchback or sedan bodies are available. A slick 6-speed manual and a 155 2-liter inline-4 are standard, with a 6-speed automatic and a 184 horsepower 2.5-liter 4 are options. Responsive steering and great handling will have drivers dreaming of twisty roads. Even add-ons such as nav, traffic sign recognition, and heated seats won't break the bank. Okay, cool. Number 2, Honda Civic. Civic exemplifies automotive excellence and mixes fun with efficiency and practicality. Precise steering, a solid chassis, and a well-tuned suspension provide sweet handling. Sport model earned the 2018 10 Best Cars Award, along with the SI and the Type R. Each model comes with one of 2 4-cylinders, one of which is a turbo. Cabin is spacious and well built, but some may find the seats lacking in support. A freshened Civic sedan and coupe debut in 2019 with a new infotainment center setup and more standard active safety tech. Number 1, the Volkswagen Golf. With another 10 best car wins for 2018, the Golf is a fixture on our award circuit. We're not dispensing the honor out of habit. The Golf is truly excellent. Comes standard with a 170 horsepower turbo inline-4 and 6-speed manual. 6-speed auto is available. The Golf is responsive, predictable, and genuinely fun to drive. The hatchback makes the Golf practical. Its price makes it attainable, and the standard CarPlay and Apple and Android Auto serve as sweeteners for a younger crowd. So, still going with the Focus?
I'd say I do like the style of the Golf. It's very smooth.
Yep. Definitely a great looking car. Especially if, you saw a lot of them at the Eurobuild show. You guys that don't know, he also has been helping a lot with camera, both some of the still stuff and the actual video camera stuff. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to talk about the LA Auto Show because I can't show you pictures. It's harder to show you pictures. All right. When you think of TV shows and you're a car guy, at least I do, I automatically think about what the cars in the shows are. What would you guys say, and put down in the comments, is your favorite all-time TV car? Popular Mechanics has a list of the top 30 TV cars of all time. I'm not going to go through them all, but I'm going to give you the ones that I like, and if you find one that you really like, you can pop on in there too.
Okay.
No, don't care about the Friends, don't care about that. One of the ones that I really love, just because it's a station wagon, the 69 Olds Vista Cruiser from that 70s show. Love that car. I would absolutely kill for one of them right now.
Don't, please.
No, I would. I'd kill.
No, don't, please.
All right, no, I won't
We
kill.
need you in this family.
All right, fine. I'm not going to kill. But I would still love to have one. No. No. You like the Izetta?
It's funny looking.
Oh, yeah, very, very weird. No. 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 Another one from my 80s, child of the 80s things. 1983 GMC Vendura from the A-Team. That iconic black and gray with the red stripe and the... what the hell do you call that thing up at the top? Spoiler, yeah, that thing. Yeah, that just screams it, great car for me. No. That's kind of nice, but I don't know. No. Can't go by without saying something cool about the Scooby's Mystery Machine. Now, what do you guys think that that van actually was? Was it the Ford or was it a Chevy? Was it a Dodge? Was it supposed to be a Beetle? VW bus?
No.
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 It was not.
Okay. No.
Why is that a notable car? It was so bland, the Cadillac.
It's the show.
Yeah, but who cares?
Hey, don't do any that sort of stuff to Tony Soprano. Here's another one that, being a child of the 80s, 1972 Ferrari Daytona Spider, the 365 GTB. Now, if you guys know anything about the show, they didn't actually use genuine Ferrari Daytona Spiders. These were kit cars, very well done kit cars. They were built on Corvette chassis. Ferrari was actually pretty ticked off that they used non-Ferrari cars, that they offered to give the production the new for the time Ferrari Testarossas, an actual Ferrari, to use in the show, but the stipulation was that they had to destroy the cars that they used, the fake Ferraris that they used in the show. So at the end of, I can't remember exactly which season it was, when you see the cars blowing up, the replica blowing up, that is an absolutely real blowing up of that the hero car in the show, because Ferrari told them, we'll give you a real Testarossa if you do it. So kind of cool.
What show was that from?
Miami Vice. Okay, and then you got the absolutely iconic 69 Dodge Charger General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. Love it. Great car. Can remember seeing one as a kid at a car show and just, flipping my lid. It was awesome. Of course, the 55 Lincoln Futura concept car, which became the Batmobile. There's actually a video if you guys haven't seen it yet. I will try to link that in here. It's not an actual car that was used in the show, but parts from an original Batmobile were in that particular car. If that makes any sense. But anyways, I got a video of one. It was taken at the Saratoga Auto Museum for their spring auto show. So I'll link that in there, and you guys can check that out at your leisure. No. Alright, I like another being, again, kid of the 80s, Ferrari 308 GTS from Magnum PI. Tom Selleck rocking the mustache and the Ferrari. That was childhood dream to own one. I would absolutely love to have one now, but with any classic Ferrari, they are starting to gain more in value, and that will be something for the far future. Oh. Yeah. And the final of the list of 30, and another dear car to my heart, Kit from Knight Rider. The Knight Industries 2000 Pontiac Firebird. Fantastic looking car. I love the third gen Camaros and Firebirds. Wicked cool. Love the technology. The technology that was in the car. So campy for today's
audiences.
Yeah, but wicked cool. All right, so which one did you guys out of those do you guys like? Put it down in the comments. Let us know. All right, according to Roadshow, Renault board will not be firing Carlos, the former chairman, Ghosn. I can never get the guy's last name very well. Apparently, he is sitting in a Japanese jail. I gotta get better at reading these stories before I bring them to you. Anyways, board wants to oust him for he was for allegedly planning a merger between Nissan and Renault. Currently, Renault owns 40% of the Japanese automaker, which Nissan holds 15% of Renault. French government hasn't yet weighed in on the situation, but given that the owners 15% of Renault, the French government owns 15% of Renault, it seems likely that it will have a say in what happens with that. I can see how that's if anyone knows more about the situation, chime in. I didn't. Don't. Anyways, Renault's Renault Nissan CEO Carlos Ghosn is in trouble. But looks like the board isn't going to fire him yet. I will get more information and try to figure out exactly what's happening. All right, this is from The Drive. GM Lordstown Assembly Plant in Ohio clings to life as cruise sales plummet. Now, as a little bit of background, as you guys probably know, Ford has committed to pretty much gutting their entire sedan line, with only, I believe, the Focus staying in production. Chevy, GM, they have come out to say that they will keep offering sedans in the United States, which I think is a great, better option, because eventually I can see gas prices going up, and people are going to want to get out of their SUVs because they do always use a little bit more in gas, and if Ford has spent all of its money creating all these SUVs, and nobody wants SUVs because gas is too expensive, I will just leave it there. All right, let's see what the drive says about GM's Lordstown assembly plant. Things aren't looking good for GM's Lordstown assembly plant, as the long-standing factory has been seen its shifts reduced in recent months due to a low demand for the Chevy Cruze. As a result, As a result, it's launching a Drive at Home campaign to demonstrate the plant's importance to the workforce, the community, and to GM. Located almost dead center between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, the plant was built in 1966 and is perhaps the most famous for building Chevy's small cars, the Vega, which was followed by the Cavalier, and the most recent times, the Cruze. With sedan sales rapidly being supplanted by crossovers, the plant that at one point had to run 3 shifts to meet demand has been quietly scaling back operations. Now the plant runs just 1 shift, and it fears not even that in the near future. While GM CEO Mary Barra has met with both Ohio senators, she has not committed to the plant's future. The UAW chapter in Lordstown has even written a letter to President Trump asking for help. The letter has not been answered. According to Barra, it would cost over $100 million to retool the plant for crossover production. This would include upgrades to the assembly line as well as the paint shop. However, she will not commit to spending that money on improving the plant, which is critically important for the local economy. Dave Green, the president of the UAE local, thinks that the radio silence is proof positive that GM plans to shutter the plant soon. However, at today's kickoff of the Drive at Home campaign, several politicians, including Senator Sherrod Brown and Representatives Tim Ryan and Bill Johnson, will make an appearance and try to change GM's mind. Reach out to GM for comment, and we'll update this when they get back. So, from what I understand, the Lordstown plant has always, just from what I remember reading over the years, has always been an up and down sort of thing. So that's, kind of sad to hear.
It's kind of a shame that something with decent history like that is just going to get let off.
Yep, does. But the same thing can be said with a lot of other things. Back in September, I tried to get a job working for Procter and Gamble's new plant down in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And with that plant, it was going to be one of their largest plants. They were shutting down another plant in, I think it was Kansas City, to make up. But that plant had been around since the teens. So it's always a thing of trying to keep the newest, best production things in line. So, all right. One quick recall that I found, and we're gonna end it off with a story, a little bit of story time. Honda is recalling 108,000 Odyssey minivans for sliding doors that won't stay shut. Ouch. Honda has issued a recall for 107,774 2018 and 19 Odyssey minivans. This covers every new Odyssey the automaker has produced since January 19th, 2017 through April 16, 2018. Honda discovered the issue and remedied it on the production line on the 17th, so anything beyond that 17th date aren't affected. So check out.
Why did it take so long for them to talk about it?
Well, not even talk about it.
Yeah, if it's
Find
fixed
it,
in April, and we're only hearing about this now in November.
Well, maybe they were hoping. Yeah, hoping they were hoping they weren't going to have to. It wasn't going to be a big issue, but apparently it is. So if you've got a 2018/19 Odyssey, have it checked out and see if you are part of that recall. All right, story. Oh, I shouldn't say that because I might get sued for someone else's thing. All right, I'm going to give you a story of the first 3 vehicles I ever owned. 2 of them were not roadworthy. The third was my actual first on-the-road car. First vehicle I ever owned was what I lovingly called a Chevy Cavamino.
No.
Yes, my brother had owned a... Hey, Jason, how's it going? I gave you that shout out at the beginning of the video, and I'm, thanks for stopping by and hearing my story of my first ever vehicle. So it was a Chevy Cavamino, and what it was a Chevy Cavalier station wagon with the back end chopped off, and it was a pickup. Kind of the cool thing about it was the... Yeah, it gets even better. The rear tailgate fit pretty good where we cut it down. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. It's really great, and I'm happy to help you out as much as I can to get you up to that 1,000 subscribers. So the Cavamino was never going to be roadworthy. It had a lot of issues, which is why my brother sold it to me. The transmission was pretty well shot on it, so the only way I could drive it, of course, I had it when I was 14, so couldn't drive it on the road anyways because I wasn't, licensed or even permitted at the time. So what my stepfather allowed me to do was drive it around a field behind our house, which was 5 or 6 acres. And because the transmission wasn't shot, it was more clutch issues. So bump start it with through the starter, and off you go. So it was either always in first or always in second. There was no shifting gears. There was no anything. And then when you wanted to shut the car off, when you wanted to stop, you parked it. Put it into where you hoped you were going to park it. Slam the brake on, shut the car off, and it would basically die wherever it was. But I had a lot of great times, flying through the field and over gopher holes and all that sort of stuff. And it did a lot to prepare me for on-road driving. So I can't say anything bad about that. Next car I owned was a 1979 Buick Regal. This car had the 3.6 liter, V6 carbureted. The car was originally my sister-in-law's car. It had needed a ton of work too, and she wasn't going to do anything else with it. Plus, her and my brother bought a new car, so they didn't want it. So I bought it off of them, and grand plans of having this really cool old car to be able to drive, but that I never even drove in. But I did. I owned that for quite a while, and my first on-road real car was a 1984 Mercury Lynx. The Mercury Lynx was the same car as the Ford Escort. I'm going to say slightly, and I mean very slightly more luxurious because of, that's what Mercury was over Ford. It was a 2-door, 4-speed, whatever, 4-cylinder engine they, had at the time. Can't remember if it was fuel injected or not. But that car, when I got it, had previously been in a rear end car accident. It rear-ended a pickup. Now, brakes weren't as great on the car as they probably should have been, and the car did a nosedive, so it went underneath the bumper of this pickup truck, skinning the hood back, really messing up both fenders. That car, never went through insurance, so it was never totaled or anything like that. It should have been. Yes, the old A bodies are awesome. I still wish I could get back into something like that, and eventually I'm gonna. So the Lynx, my brother paid for the damage to the pickup truck rather than going through insurance, and then tried to repair the Lynx. The radiator support was mangled on the car, but it was pulled out. If I had ever gotten into an accident with that car, it probably would have been the end of me. But, fenders that mostly fit, the hood that kind of fit. But, spray painted it, rattle can black. It was a red car. It was pretty cool for the first car. So what ended up happening with that old Regal that I had, I ended up trading that car for a set of rims that would fit on the Lynx.
I feel like I'm hearing juicy gossip.
Yeah. This is something that I don't think I've ever publicly talked about, but I had a friend of a friend whose parents had a really one of the small, it was a Toyota pickup truck, small 2-wheel drive truck, and we got the bright idea, me and the guy that I traded the car for with the rims, of using this Toyota pickup to pull the Buick Regal to his house. The Buick Regal, that had to have weighed 3,800 pounds. The Toyota pickup, maybe 2,000 pounds, 2,200 pounds. Not a very good weight differentiation. Yeah, definitely. So the guy pulled up in this Toyota pickup truck with one of those U-Haul styled, drive the front tires up on the of the car onto this little trailer thing and then pull it along. Where we had lived at the time, there was at the end of the road was nice, quite good little hump to get us up to the main road, and then we had to turn out, take a left, and then go up another fairly decent hill. So we had a lot of problems getting the truck to pull that Regal up that initial little hill, and then it had real struggles. I'm surprised we didn't kill the truck trying to get it up that next hill so we could get it moving fast enough that the truck could handle the rest of the journey. And I do apologize to the people that own the truck. Now I don't know if I ever told them that story, and I doubt they're watching this, but if they are, I do apologize for beating up on your Toyota pickup. But I did love that truck. It was a great truck. I ended up getting rid of that Ford, the Mercury Lynx, along with another car. I got rid of that, bought a different car. I've had more cars than I can think of. So,
but the question is, have you had more cars than years you've lived on Earth?
Yes.
You've had.
Yeah. I've owned way more cars than I have been alive. I've owned between your mother and I, together, and
No, just you.
cars that were just in my name.
Yes. Because really only
Probably
those
close.
are your cars.
Close. It'd be close. If you only count the years I've been driving, I've definitely had more cars than I have been able to drive. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the little stories of my first few cars. Might bring in more of those car stories if you guys find it interesting. If you guys have any questions, comments, likes, hates, whatever, put it in the comments and we'll talk about it next time. We're going to end it there. Thanks, Thaniel, for being here and spending those couple minutes talking about your program and not doing anything else.
You're welcome.
What a co-host. What a anyway, no, it's good. He didn't want to be on here anyways. He'd rather be playing on that Xbox. Have a day. Hopefully it's a good one. Later, Jason.